This is Brandon, I'm Sarah, and of course, our beloved Aiko. Frustrated by the ever-increasing cost of living, we sold everything, went out on a limb, and left our traditional life on land behind. We built a new kind of dream together, and have been living full-time in our homemade slice of paradise ever since. We are always learning new ways to navigate this unique life off the grid and on the water, so grab a drink and join us for the ever-evolving adventure that is keeping afloat. I could do this all the time, not the cold and the snow, but maybe I couldn't do this all the time. But I mean, I love tracking critters in general, but especially in the snow because it's just so much easier. Lots and lots of deer. Wow. Little family. I know, Aiko. This week, in the name of getting the heck out of the house for the first time in what felt like forever, Brandon and I began our attack on the Western North Carolina Facebook marketplace and thrift store scenes to start filling out the mostly finished interior of the Roundhouse. We've been renovating this unique property the past couple months and sharing the journey week by week, so be sure to check out our Roundhouse Reno playlist to get caught up if you're joining us for the first time. But either way, we'll spare you the details of the many hours we spent bargaining and driving every which way in the name of a good deal and skip to the part where you get to see some of the fun picks we've chosen, with the counsel of Miss Thelma, of course, to fill out our space and prepare it for rental season. And then once the snow finally melted away, we got the chance to hit the ground running on our exterior makeover too, which didn't come without its speed bumps. We're like, what is going on? Thanks for joining us for another week in the life as we chip away at our latest DIY home renovation. Aiko's over here dreaming. Do you still hate them? They're gonna look really good. Trust us. So I saw these listed on Marketplace, and it was a shop that was going out of business actually. And then when we got there, I found two of these beautiful chairs as well, one for each bedroom. Just, you know, to sit in while you're putting on your shoes or whatever. So pretty. Update the tube, baby. What just happened?
We got Wi-Fi.
Whoop, whoop. And as you can see, it's working.
It's working.
It's pretty exciting.
We had to get the roaming one because Bryson City's like the only city on the East Coast that doesn't have instant order normal Wi-Fi. So
He's talking about Starlink.
Or Starlink, yeah.
Very exciting. I won't have to go to the library anymore to upload our videos. Although I like going to the library. It's always fun to go to a public library. It reminds me of my childhood. My mom had a library right next to her office, and this was back when you could just drop your kids off places. And so she just dropped me and my sisters off, and we just read and play games all day. But yeah, it's nice to go when you want to, not because you have to, so. This is where we've got the Starlink. Currently just kind of jerry-rigged so that we can mess around on our phones today, you know. Maybe watch a movie tonight. Actually, we're watching Tulsa King and Landman right now. Anyways, eventually once it's safe, it'll go up on the roof. It just can't go up there right now because as you can see, it's very snowy and icy. I think it's like 13 degrees out here and it's supposed to be like 6 degrees by the morning. So yeah, ain't nobody getting on the roof. Gosh, I gotta say, we're getting a little like winter bluesy with this weather. The snow was fun for a while, and now we're sort of like, it is so uncomfortable to even take like a short hike, let alone go for a run or, you know, sit out on the porch or something. It's just the silver lining, of course, always is just seeing Aiko like in her element. It's so sweet. It's totally worth it. But yeah, anyways, at some point it'll warm up and we'll be able to start working on the outside of this thing and get paint, landscaping, fire pit, hot tub, all that going one day.
Oh, I've been long gone, wanna talk to you. I've been hustling for so long. Oh, and I've been thinking about the past, and it keeps me going on. Oh, and I can't stop, no, I don't stop. It's only I can see. Even if I end up all alone, I know my destiny. My mama told me we all bleed the same sun. Oh, prejudice and pride don't make you change. Just always remember where you come from. 'Cause I know you were born to break the chain. So I'm on my way. Yes, I'm leaving today. Are you right with me? See, I'm living that life.
All right, Brandon just cut out our hole for the light that goes over the shower. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys, by the way, we got a lot of concern about not having one of these, and so I just wanted to show you that there is one of those, what Brandon calls a fart snatcher, as we've been showering in here and whatnot. I mean, that's the only thing that was ever there before, and it sufficed, and it certainly suffices for us now. So not to worry, we have a vent. Oh, that's way too bright. Oh, that's better. No, okay, whatever you did before, it was like softer, yeah.
And it's like you have your own spotlight while you're showering. So you can get the mic out and see. Pretty cool. Like it.
You know, last week we shared about how we're a little unsure about the kitchen, and there's just some things that we need to finish up before we are able to know what we like and what we don't like, because there's just some aspects that are throwing it off. One of those is the fridge. So we got this big white iceberg. The appliances in the kitchen are otherwise dark. It just doesn't look quite right. I think we can all agree on that. So we want a black fridge, and the problem is fridges are so expensive. Nice fridges are expensive anyways. The fridge that we have is a really nice, totally functional, it's a good fridge, it's just white. And so rather than purchase an entirely new fridge and try to scrounge up $100 on Facebook Marketplace with our fridge, we're gonna try and make what we have work by turning it black. And so the options for that, we can either paint it, they make, like appliance paint, or we can wrap it. We've never wrapped anything before, but we're gonna try that because it's the cheaper option. We can get a whole roll of the stuff to wrap it for just $6. So if we can accomplish, turning our white fridge black for $6, that sure as heck beats buying a new fridge. Another thing about wrapping it is it's impermanent. If it ends up not looking good, we don't like it, we can just tear it off, and then that hasn't damaged the fridge in any way for resale value if we had to go that route. So we started on that a couple days ago with the first couple panels of the black wrap, and I don't know how else to say it, guys. It is a royal pain in the ass. It's like wrapping the most complicated Christmas present you can imagine with sticky wrapping paper, and all parts of the present have to be able to move without creasing, and it's just a nightmare, but we're getting it. Now that we've gotten a little bit of it done, we're gonna try and use some of the tricks that we figured out and get the rest of this done and see how it looks. And if that is that, or if we need to regroup and figure out what plan B is. Would love for that to be that, and for this to be a budget-friendly little makeover, because we're getting really tight in that arena, and we have a lot more money we gotta spend on the outside. So, fingers crossed. All in all, the second time around went much better than the first. To the relief of our wallets, we felt like the wrap actually turned out pretty dang good. The fridge handles were our last step, as we couldn't decide on turning them black as well, or spray painting them gold to match the cabinet fixtures. We'd love to hear if you have a preference in mind. And with that, one last update on the kitchen for this week. Man, we're still kind of going back and forth on the whole cabinet wall contrast issue. It's just weird. Like we were talking earlier today about the paint chips don't look at all like in person, which is really rare. Usually like when you take the paint chips and you put them in the lighting where they're going to be, you can kind of get an idea of how it's going to look in that room. Like I said, that black, it reads like black on our house on the trim. I understand the green might be like reflecting or bringing out the green shades, but to that extent, it's like those aren't black at all. Those are like totally emerald, you know, which don't get me wrong, we actually we've grown to love the cabinets. Those are not going to get changed. I think if we changed anything, it would be the wall color. Thelma's coming in a couple weeks. When she does, she can see it in person, because honestly, like even what you guys are saying and like what we've been sending her pictures of, the pictures don't look anything like it does in person. So it's all just very confusing and hard to like convey. Like look at this optical illusion. So you see the paint on the outside of the can, you see it next to the cabinets, both appear to be green, I would say. Now, watch me take the same can into the bathroom where the same color wall paint is green here. And look at that. It's black, like it's supposed to be. Isn't that strange? There's something happening with the lighting in the kitchen. I think when she sees it in person, she'll have, you know, a better idea of like, okay, no, this can totally work. We just need to do this, this, and this, and it'll all come together. Or she might be like, you know, it just doesn't work and we need to repaint. Not ideal, but it would be okay. So I don't know. That's where we're at with it. We may or may not repaint the walls. All right, now let's move on to our next couple thrift store steals.
Alrighty, Dinky.
Moment of truth.
Okay. Good job, everybody.
Years old. They don't make them like that no more. I mean, this ain't no like IKEA tip over on you when you open the drawer kind of thing. Like, it's a solid piece of furniture.
I'd like to see where they wrote the date on it. Alright, let's roll.
I think it would be cute to have a little globe that sits right here and maybe a plant or something.
Maybe you get a lava lamp.
This is not the lava lamp vibe. No. Later that week, we got to work furnishing the 2 bedrooms. Although we were able to snag a rug and nightstands on Facebook Marketplace, we wanted the bed frames in each room to match, so we purchased those new. It was a good thing I did my yoga that morning, as there ain't nothing like those cheap screws and self-assembly kits to make you want to pull your hair out. Thankfully, that evening we unwound with dinner and a little impromptu jam sesh with friends.
It's just so weird. It's very different. Can you play faster?
You guarantee you can play
like
faster.
No, it's not a challenge. It's just the song. Sounds good, huh?
Yes.
Somebody's got emotional pole.
We're going on an adventure.
No, we're not. We're going on a cold winter hike with the dog because it's freezing and she's got to pee and poop.
We're going to try not to bust our butts.
It's actually been perfect that we got this house because this has been a brutal 3 weeks. Like,
It's been really, really unseasonably
very unseasonable.
cold.
Normally it's cold
unusually
for 2 or
cold
3
winter.
days and then it warms up. Cold for 2 or 3, then it warms up. We have literally been in frozen hell for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like 8 degrees at night. I guess we're going this way. It's been bad. I mean, really. Like, we're finally going to come out of it Friday.
Supposedly.
For 10 days straight, maybe.
And now I get to assemble another bed. At least I know how, since Brandon helped me with the last one. Always fun. So I disassembled the bed that we've been sleeping in up to this point, the frame I mean, which we built, and we're going to use that for one of the floating houses because the floating bed aspect is really like a space-saving thing. Plus, we wanted to have some continuity between the 2 bedrooms without making them matchy-matchy, so the bed frames being the same is one of the things that's going to give it some visual continuity, and then all the linens will be different, and the end tables will be different, and a few things will kind of make each room feel special. And these nightstands are not actually the ones that are going to live in this room. Ultimately, we just had those in the storage unit, and they worked, you know, for us in the meantime. They're very cute, but it's probably hard to tell on camera. They protrude into the room like 2.5 feet. They're very long. They come like it feels like halfway like down the bed. It's just it's almost hard to get in and out in the right place, you know. So they're probably better suited for like going beside a couch or something rather than a bed. So anyways, long story short, I ordered some cute nightstands that I think you guys are gonna love. Let's get to it. Gonna be a decently nice day today. So exciting. I'm getting some grits going, and we're gonna transition to a little bit of work outside, finally. So Brandon's gonna start pressure washing, I think will be the first step. The roof screws on the whole house need to be replaced. He's gonna kind of start everything that we do to the outside of the house on the shed as like a little test subject. I don't even think we've talked about this shed yet, but we have this giant shed in the yard, and it's not like a she shed, like the kind that you see on the side of the road everywhere. This thing is huge. It could be like a mother-in-law suite, but our deed restrictions prohibit us from plumbing to it, so it really can't be. But be thinking, you know, if you have any fun ideas of what that could be that doesn't involve making it habitable. That's the overall game plan. Let's get to it. That's the old one?
Yep, that's the new one. So these are 10s, these are 12s. You just step it up one size. The metal covers the neoprene. The neoprene's old, it's pushed out. These are backed out, so you go through and you just replace every one of them. This roof's like 20 years old, and some of the roof screws have backed out a little from heat expansion. And then after so many years, that little neoprene or whatever the washer is, it wears out and it's no longer waterproof. So before we clean and paint this roof, we're going to replace every roof screw so that when the job's done, it's 15 more years or more before it needs messing. I mean, I could have just cleaned it, sprayed it, and said screw it, but
Get it?
yeah, get it. But you might as well do it right. You're going to do it.
I guess I'm going to start pressure washing.
There's 1,403. There's 1,404. Alright, on the last ones, guys. I feel a lot better up here than I did when I first started.
I bet.
These Pumas, $60 are the way to save your life, I guess.
Pumas, yeah. We called a roofing company and asked where they get their, like, if they wear magnetic
Well, we thought they had
shoes.
magnetic shoes.
And they were like, nah, we wear Pumas. That's the best. We're like, huh, interesting. Apparently they're very grippy. So we bought him some Pumas.
And they really stick to the roof.
But they're ugly. Don't wear them outside of that roof.
You know, out of all these, I only had one screw out of a whole roof. Is fairly good. This is called preventative maintenance. We got to this before it went bad. When we get done with this roof, nobody will have to get on it for the next 10 years. It'd been nice to have a little bit of help, but you know, Daddy got it done. My back probably gonna kill me. I should have got a damn 3-foot long good. Job's done now.
Sun is setting. It's time for a nice walk with the bear and some Din Din. Walking down the tracks. Walking down the tracks. I know that song. This is indeed the Great Smoky Mountains Railroad, where you go and you ride the Polar Express or the Great Smoky Mountains Excursion. They have different ones that they do. Steam engine. That brings a lot of people to Bryson City. And it's nice that it's nearby, but not like right next to the house where we hear it all the time. I do not like the idea of Brandon up there pressure washing. We were this close to hiring this job out, like everything to do with the roof. Again, real tight on budget right now, but Brandon's always been really good at doing dangerous things carefully, safely. That might not sound like a skill, but it is. It's just like some people are accident prone. He's whatever the opposite of accident prone is. I don't know, I guess he's got really good body awareness and balance and coordination, and he's good at stuff like this. Roof is clean.
So that's how you set up the Wagner 170 process. If you want to see more videos around the home,
You an expert? You went to YouTube University?
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
We'll watch 2 videos just to see 2 different
Now you're in graduate school.
Today we're going to see about our paint colors and spray this barn roof. Got to get 2 coats on it, and since it's a roof, metal, I'd rather spray it than roll it so it looks smooth. So we've got our paint, I got to get this little guy primed up, and we've got a factory painted metal that's blue. There's no rust on it. We went with 100% acrylic outdoor paint. Everything matches. When you Google it, you get 50 million answers, but everything matches. It's for metal. It also has the primer built into it, so we don't have to prime before, but we don't have bare metal, and a lot of it says prime with bare metal, but we've got a finished factory painted metal, and either way it's got a primer just in case.
What do you need me to do? Or do you need me to do anything?
Right now, nothing really.
Oh God. All right, let me see that handle. So much better than down rolling. I actually like this. I think me and this thing could become buddies. All right, come get this.
Man, that makes quick work. Wow.
Yeah, me and this thing could be.
It looks totally factory too.
It's amazing how some sunshine and some sweat will change your morale and boost you.
Yes.
I went from full-blown winter depressed to
We were like getting really...
70 and 70.
And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, will fix it all. Best medicine there is. All right, shed's done. We've got good news and bad news. Good news is we love the wall color. Like exactly what we hoped for. It's very earthy green, not like that obnoxious green, like the ladder, you know. I don't know how to describe that, but that kind of green. Nothing like that. It's very natural and nice. The roof, on the other hand, let the record show, green on green, like one giant green building. That was not our intention. Believe it or not, that roof was supposed to be black. We're like, what is going on with these paint colors? We got all of them the same day from the same store. We're starting to think like maybe the machine was out of black, because nothing that's supposed to be like blackish is blackish at all. Like, again, I'll put the paint chips here. The Laurel Woods was the roof color, and it is, well, technically it is a green, but it is so dark green that it is almost imperceptible from black, except in certain lights it'll have like hint of green, which we were like, perfect, that's so pretty. And you can see like that is just, I don't really think that looks much different from the walls, which was not the goal. So now we know. We're gonna go get new paint mix for the roof, make it darker. Luckily, the paint sprayer has made this a breeze. It is going so fast. We're honestly not even like that upset about the roof. It's just like, okay, we'll put one more coat on there that's darker, and probably won't even need to do two, and that'll fix the problem, but which won't take long. So not to fret, but just like, why, you know, it is confusing, but not the end of the world. So all things considered, if some paint colors not initially turning out the way we expected is the worst setback we see during this reno, we're all right with that. Plus, how lucky that we got to figure that out on our guinea pig of a shed first. With a new batch of roof paint, we'll be all set to finally de-smurf the Smurf house and bring it back in closer harmony with its surroundings. However, we're gonna have to keep you waiting on that for an extra week, because next Friday, we're shifting gears back to the floating cabin builds for the week as we share a long-awaited update on the progress that's been happening down at the lake while we've been up here busy in the woods. Can't wait to share.